Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a quick update coming out from Ukraine to share with you guys. We have a report that just broke today from The Economist that the Ukrainian military is developing a new missile capable of striking Moscow. Now, we've been talking a lot about different missiles that Ukraine has been unveiling recently, even these rocket drones like the Peklo drone, very similar to the Palinitsia rocket drone. They've been unveiling lots of new capabilities to strike targets into Russia. Now they're talking about this new Trembita missile. So this missile actually was widely talked about a lot last year around the month of August in 2023. I did a little bit of research on this, and on X, a lot of people were actually discussing this missile as the Ukrainians were currently working on it last year, and it looks like they're getting very close to start unveiling this thing very soon. And it has a speed of 400 kilometers per hour and a range of 200 kilometers. So obviously that not being deep enough into Russia, I think it'd have to go somewhere closer to 400 to 500 kilometers to strike Moscow, but they are working on a more powerful model that could potentially strike Moscow. Okay, so we're going to talk more about this missile today and some of its capabilities. And I've got an article we're going to go over briefly. Then I've got a few things on X I can show you as well. So this is just going to be a quick video today to kind of give you guys an update on this missile. So from RBC Ukraine, Ukraine developing missile capable of reaching Moscow, says The Economist. Okay, this is coming out today, December 23rd, 2024. And it says down here, Ukraine continues to advance its missile industry despite uncertainty regarding future military support from its partners. It may take about a year to achieve production capabilities that could seriously threaten Russia, according to The Economist. According to the publication, one of these projects is the Trembita missile, which has a speed of 400 kilometers per hour and a range of 200 kilometers. However, a more powerful model is being developed to target Moscow. Serial production is scheduled to begin after final field tests are completed. Now, they have not completed tests of this missile just yet, but once they do that, it will enter serial production. They'll start mass producing this thing like crazy. It says down here, The Economist notes that long-range drones help Ukraine restore a military balance, but their interception rate is now as high as 9 out of 10. That's why Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has instructed a shift to more difficult to intercept missiles. The goal is to produce 3,000 units by the end of the year. Less than 10 new missiles and missile drones are ready to launch, with additional smaller-scale developments expected. The Economist highlights that the most prominent projects include the Neptune and Grom-2 missiles, both funded by the Ukrainian government. However, details of Ukraine's missile program are not disclosed. And it says here, weapons production in Ukraine. Recently, Zelensky said that Ukraine is doing its best to increase its own production of guns and artillery shells. So Ukraine really is heavily focusing on producing their own military needs, like all these missiles and drones that they're working on right now. We've been seeing so many of them being unveiled lately. I think the most recent one was the Peklo drone that we just talked about a couple weeks ago. But now this new Trembita missile that Ukraine has been working on for quite a while now could potentially be seen battle here very soon. Okay, so I've got a couple things over on X that I want to show you guys as well. So let's hop on over here. This from Raging545. Ukraine has developed its own Trembita cruise missile with an estimated range of 200 kilometers. So I pulled this up on the screen, full screen for you, so you can kind of see this diagram that was created here. It says Trembita, Ukraine's indigenous cruise missile. So the weight is 100 kilograms. Payload is a 20 kilogram warhead. Range is 87 miles, so that would be the standard production of this missile. Obviously, they're going to increase the range of this thing and create a new model, so it would go much further than 87 once they create that newer model. Speed is 248 miles per hour. It has a pulse jet engine, catapult launch system, glider wings, and the payload being in the front of the missile. So that's a picture of it that I showed you guys on the waiting screen. Just wanted to get that a little bit larger for you so you can see that. Also, we have this map to kind of show the different ranges of the current missiles that Ukraine has, obviously including some of the Western-made missiles as well. So the current Trembita missile is going to be this first line right here with the 200-kilometer range, probably being the shortest range missile that they'd be using right now. Until they start to develop that much deeper strike capability missile. And then ATACMS would be number 2. This second line right here at 300 kilometers, we've been seeing that being used in the Kursk region and Bryansk, and also in the Rostov region recently as well. And then number 3 would be Storm Shadow, which would be this furthest marker, way out here. Okay, so it could definitely hit Moscow. I'm not sure if we'll ever see the Storm Shadow hitting Moscow. I would think that the UK would probably not allow Ukraine to do that. We haven't seen it happen yet, but who knows? Maybe someday that will be the case, and we will see the Storm Shadow striking Moscow. But so far, has yet to be seen. Okay, so just to show you a little map on the different ranges with some of the missiles right now. But once this Trembita missile does get upgraded, it will be able to hit Moscow, according to the Economist for Ukraine. Okay. Also from Clash Report, Ukrainian volunteers have developed People's Cruise Missile Trembita. It was developed in 2 versions, a regular rocket and a decoy rocket. The fake target will be very cheap, which will make it extremely unprofitable to destroy and will deplete enemy air defenses. So I pulled this up actually from August of 2023, last year. You can see here August 3rd. And the reason why I pulled this up is to show you a little bit more information about this, that apparently there's multiple versions of this thing. So there's going to be like a regular rocket that will be used to strike targets inside of Russia. And I have heard as well that this thing could have some sort of installed equipment to help it better evade air defense systems. So that's also why this thing is designed. And then also to create a decoy rocket that could be very cheap. I'm hearing that some of the decoy rockets could be as cheap as like 15,000, or I'm not sure if that's as the regular rocket price, but I've seen some sources sharing that the cost would be $15,000. Now that's very cheap compared to like an air defense missile that Russia could be firing. So they could be using these to also deplete air defenses. So it looks like this thing could have multiple purposes being used. And here was an original report from France 24. I'm not going to show it here on this video today, but France 24 did cover this last year in August whenever Ukraine was first starting to develop this missile. You can see it being done here at some sort of factory in Ukraine. So I just want to give you a quick update regarding this missile that Ukraine is basically going to be unveiling here very soon. I think we'll be doing a report on this in the near term. But looks like Russia's got another missile to be worried about very soon, as this thing could be potentially striking Moscow, maybe even this year. We'll have to see what happens, but it will be entering serial production in the near term as well. So let me know what you think of this missile down below. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.